Mars, tall, dusty, and practically starving. Mars is a cold desert with almost no air. Its surface pressure is only approximately 6.4 millibars, about 0.6% of Earth's atmosphere, which is mostly carbon dioxide, so you'd essentially be breathing vacuum. Temperatures swing wildly, about minus 153 degrees Celsius at night, up to approximately 24 degrees Celsius at midday. With just 38% of Earth's gravity, you'd feel light as a feather. Think endless trampoline, but your bones would be spindly. Plus, Mars has no global magnetic field, so deadly solar and cosmic radiation would bathe you endlessly. In short, one breath out in the open, and you'd pass out faster than your Wi-Fi drops signal in a tunnel. On Mars, humans would have to evolve like desert survivors on steroids. Over generations, your body would adapt in bizarre ways. You might grow mega lungs and extra blood proteins to extract every last gram of oxygen. Since there's almost none in that carbon dioxide air, your skin would darken and thicken. Built-in sunscreen to block intense radiation. You'd likely sprout heavy dust shields, forehead ridges, or eyelid membranes to keep that pervasive red dirt out of your eyes and lungs. Your cheeks would regularly coat with a thin cement of Martian tears. Great for dust protection, lousy for crying over space Netflix. Venus, boiling in a pressure cooker. Venus is a planetary sauna from hell. Its surface pressure is about 92 times Earth's. Imagine diving 900 meters underwater, and its air is 96.5% carbon dioxide. Layer on clouds of sulfuric acid and constant 464 degrees Celsius heat, and you have one big unbreathable pressure cooker. Unprotected on Venus, you'd instantly implode and fry. NASA bluntly calls it too extreme and volatile for life. You'd be crushed by pressure and cooked alive in one breath. If humans somehow colonized Venus, we'd evolve like ultra-resilient deep-sea squatters. You'd be short and squat. Think armored submarine to resist 92 atmospheres of pressure, with unbelievably sturdy bones and chest cavity. Your skin would thicken and become reflective, like metallic armor to bounce off the inferno around you. You might constantly radiate sweat or have internal cooling packs keeping your temperature down. Eating or drinking would be a challenge. Stomachs and suit-like guts would need to handle sulfuric acids and scalding fluids. Mercury, sun-baked and frozen. Mercury is a cosmic oven and freezer rolled into one. On the day side, facing the sun, you'd roast to approximately 430 degrees Celsius. On the night side, no atmosphere to hold heat. You'd plunge to minus 180 degrees Celsius. There's essentially no atmosphere on Mercury, just a wispy exosphere, so radiation and meteorites slam into you directly. Gravity is only 38% of Earth's, so you'd feel light, but one side of your body would be on fire while the other is frozen solid. Mercury's environment is literally not conducive to life. A human born on Mercury might become a walking thermal regulator. Imagine you with one half as a mirror and the other as an insulator. You could evolve reflective sun visor skin on the day side to bounce away solar heat, and thick fur or fat insulation on the night side to trap warmth. You'd likely have retractable goggles or eyelids, because your eyes would sizzle in the glare. Internally, you might have a heat pump organ that shunts warmth from the hot side to the cold side. And forget breathing, you'd probably get minerals and a tiny bit of water, if any, by licking rocks, since inhaling 0 atmospheres is pointless. Jupiter, living in a gas ocean. Jupiter is nothing like Earth. It has no solid ground. It's an endless ocean of hydrogen and helium. At the 1 bar level, Earth-like pressure, the temperature is minus 108 degrees Celsius. Just a little higher up, it's minus 161 degrees Celsius. Below that, pressure soars past 1,000 bars, way more than your deepest submarine. Gravity is about 2.4 times Earth's. You'd instantly be crushingly heavy. Its atmosphere is 89% hydrogen, with violent storms, 150 meters per second winds, and the strongest radiation belts in the solar system. In fact, any human around Jupiter would get a lethal radiation dose in mere hours. To survive, humans would have to become part Zeppelin, part superhuman. You'd likely evolve huge internal gas bladders filled with helium or hydrogen, so you can float instead of sinking endlessly. Expect massive muscles and bones to counter that 2.4 G. Every step is like squatting double your weight. Your skin would be reflective or metallic to bounce off radiation and heat, and your brain wired to process lightning. Jupiter constantly storms with massive lightning strikes. You might even mutate to metabolize hydrogen, fueling your cells directly, since there's no oxygen to breathe. Saturn, the freezing ring king. Saturn is a bit gentler than Jupiter, with gravity approximately 0.9 times Earth's, but still brutal. At 1 bar, it's about minus 139 degrees Celsius. At 0.1 bar, it's minus 189 degrees Celsius. Winds howl up to 400 meters per second, and deep down the pressure climbs past 1,000 bars. Its atmosphere is 96% hydrogen, so no oxygen. In other words, Saturn's conditions are literally too extreme for life. Saturnian humans might look like penguins on crack. You'd be short, squat, and ultra-warm. Thick fur or fat blubber, like a deep-sea mammal, would insulate you from the minus 150 degrees Celsius chill. Your blood would be loaded with antifreeze proteins, no ice crystals forming. Since Saturn's air has trace amounts of ammonia and methane, maybe you'd evolve to filter breathe those, or photosynthesize. Eyes would be super tiny or protected. There's almost no sunlight. Essentially, you become a furry, fat little creature who waddles through the hydrogen fog. Uranus. Sidway's dark and frozen solid. Uranus is basically an ice giant. On its side, it's about minus 197 degrees Celsius at 1 bar and minus 220 degrees Celsius at 0.1 bar. Gravity is approximately 0.9 times Earth's, but it gets virtually no warmth. Its 98-degree tilt means decades of darkness. Each pole's night lasts 21 Earth years. The atmosphere is hydrogen and helium, with a bit of methane, that's why it's blue. NASA agrees this is not conducive to life. You'd be freezing in pitch black amid fierce winds. Adapting to Uranus would make you an ice-fire hybrid. You'd need an internal heater, maybe a fusion reactor organ, to stay warm with insulation like a universe-grade snowsuit built into your flesh. You'd likely emit your own light, bioluminescence, or evolve giant night vision eyes to see in the decades-long dark. Maybe you always live on what used to be your side, and since there's almost no oxygen, you'd probably breathe methane or hydrogen compounds, or carry oxygen in massive tanks inside you. Neptune, the distant blue tempest. Neptune is the stormiest ice world. It's about minus 201 degrees Celsius at 1 bar and minus 218 degrees Celsius at 0.1 bar. Its winds hit 580 meters per second faster than a jet. Literally hurricanes on steroids, and massive storms rage constantly. The Great Dark Spot was Earth-sized. Gravity is approximately 1.1 times Earth's size. You'll feel a bit heavy. Its atmosphere is 80% hydrogen and 19% helium, so no oxygen. As with the others, Neptune is not conducive to life. A Neptunian human would be the ultimate cold weather survivor. You'd grow ice-coated fur, or even a hard shell to trap warmth. With 580 meters per second winds, you'd be squat and low, like a gecko, or have aerodynamic fins to steady yourself. Expect your body to run an internal lightning show. Neptune is known for crazy electrical storms, so perhaps your skin can discharge electricity, like a defibrillator, or you glow in the dark with natural phosphorescence. To breathe, you'd either absorb water from the few ice particles, or host algae that produce oxygen, since Neptune's air will kill you on contact.